I answered this earlier to someone. Basically, the boyfriend thing, it's not a deal breaker in and of itself. Like her having a boyfriend doesn't disqualify her from having sex with you, but it just makes other things, if there are other negatives, become a bigger deal. So if she's giving you positive, and there's just the boyfriend thing, then I would try and solve it. Now the question there is, if she's going to go see a flat with her boyfriend, like how urgently? Like is she going like right this second, like in 5 minutes?
Almost running, you know.
Okay, gotcha. So that's a little bit tougher. So that's tough in the sense that there's going to be that like bridge of time probably where she is going to have to go do that thing or whatever. If there were more time, there's a lot of things you can do, like, hey, hang out with me for just a little bit first. Things like that. I mean, you could even like semi-cheeky, semi-weasel, be like, oh, you're looking at flat. Actually, I have a flat that I'll be leaving in a few days. Would you like to look at it? I can show you a flat as well.
On your back.
Yeah, no, I'm moving out on on Sunday. So I won't be here anymore after that. There's ways around it, but the logistical thing, essentially, there's in-game when you're getting resistance of some kind, you want to identify what kind of resistance it is. So there's two types of resistance. There's what I call an objection and what I call a condition. You guys familiar with this terminology? You guys heard this before? Okay, cool. So this is very, very important. So an objection is when she has an emotional problem with something. That's an objection. Okay, so I don't know you that well yet, or she's in like a very logical state of mind, and flirt is like, you ask her like to qualify herself, and she's like, oh, I'm boring, or why should I tell you? These are objections. This is her emotionally having a problem. If she gives you shit tests, usually these are objections, right? It's her like getting into a sexual statement, resisting that frame and putting up some blockades to it. Okay, those are all internal to her, and they're all emotional in nature. So those are objections. Conditions are external to her and logical in nature. So I came with my friends and I'm driving them home. It's not an objection. She has no emotional problem, but she has this logical situation, this logical condition in life that's impeding you, right? So that's a very common one. I'm about to go meet my boyfriend in 5 minutes. That's a condition. It's not an objection, it's a condition. So she can very much, and as your experience, have this, she's emotionally in the state that she would definitely probably sleep with you, but she has this condition of boyfriend in 5 minutes, right? And it's important to make this distinction because the two are solved differently, okay? If it's an objection, it's an emotional thing, you solve it emotionally, okay? So the phrase for this is change her mood, not her mind, okay? Change her mood, not her mind. Okay, so if a girl's giving you shit tests, what do? Pass the shit test, chill back, like release the tension a little bit, build a little more value, and then only then escalate again, those types of things, okay? Or if like she's giving you, she's acting very platonic because she's not aroused enough emotionally, maybe you throw in some more attraction tactics, disqualify a little bit, change her mood, not her mind, okay? So that's how you deal with objections. Conditions should not be solved emotionally because they are logical things. So they actually need a real solution, right? And the mistakes guys make is they try and solve an emotional objection with logic, right? So the girl's like, I don't know you that well yet. And like, well, actually, we've been hanging out for half an hour, and I've told you this and this and this, and you've seen my ID. Right? No, she doesn't mean that literally, factually, she needs more facts about you. She means she needs to feel more comfortable around you. So don't solve an objection logically. On the other hand, don't solve a condition emotionally, for the most part. So another one is, say like the girl has friends, like, oh, my friends are here, I can't leave my friends. And then the guy solution, the typical guy solution is, well, if I just make out with her more and turn her on more, then, she'll ditch her friends for me. Usually what happens is you make out with her more and then the friends see you and then drag her away. Yeah. Or she makes out some more and she's like, no, look, I really do have to see my friends. Or even she gets more resistance to going home with you because she knows it's for sex and she feels like she'll be judged, right? So in the case of the friends, you need to actually solve that problem. So you need to do things like find out who her friends are, find out how they're getting home, maybe go meet the friends and get them on your side. Or maybe instead of pulling her home, you pull her to a place a minute away from the bar so that she can get back if she needs to, right? There are various solutions to it, but it's a logical solution to a logical problem. It's not an emotional solution. So it's very important to identify, do you have an objection or a condition? So in this case, you had a condition, right? Now, this is actually a particularly difficult condition to solve because it's very imminent, right? But if you were going to go about solving this condition, like there are things you could do, right? You could be like, oh, tell your like if you're just on your way, or hey, tell your boyfriend you're running late, right? Tell your boyfriend you're running late. Come hang out. There's one thing I want to show you first. Could happen, could work, right? Again, 5 minutes is pretty tight. Had it been an hour, it would have been a lot better, right? But the point is that regardless of what it is, the issue is solving it as a condition, right? Another solution to the condition, and this one has its pros and cons, is okay, do your thing, but then when are you done? Okay, let's meet up right after, right? So you're done at this time, okay, cool, let's grab a drink after, right? And you can maybe even justify the frame that makes it okay for her boyfriend. Be like, yeah, it's okay, we're like, to be fair, I'm just traveling through, so I'm not trying to even date anybody, but you just seem really cool, so let's, grab a drink after, etc. So you give a framing where if she had to justify, she could, and you give a specific solution to, okay, you have this obligation until this time, now you can come meet me. Now that's pretty good. The problem is she's going to go see the boyfriend, and she's going to have an experience with him, and her mood can change in a lot of things. So by the time she gets done, she may have an objection and a condition, right? But at least you're giving yourself a chance there, right? But understand clearly what it is you have. Understand you have an objection or condition. Understand to solve it in the right manner. Does that make sense?